Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jack, or you can call me Sir Jack or Kuya Jack. And I was tasked to share with you some of my insights about responsible relationship. I decided this to make it a bit informal in such a way that I'm just wearing my t-shirt with my coffee. And by the way, this was prepared by my wife. Ang sweet niya, eh, no? And so while I'm taking my coffee, I'll be sharing with you my thoughts, my insights, and some psychological explanations, research based statements about love, especially at your age. So hindi naman ako exempted dahil dumaan din ako sa edad na yan. And similar to majority or possibly to few of you, na in love din naman ako and patuloy na in love. Okay. Sige. So to begin with, umpisahan natin, no? So the topic assigned to me is about responsible relationship. Ang bigat ng salitang responsible. Actually, if I may share with you, and this is how I define responsibility. And we will be taking off from this definition para alam nyo from your end, am I a responsible person when it comes to building a relationship? Or am I be or am I an irresponsible person building a relationship? So, tingnan natin, no? So, number one, our intention, guys, is I want to build awareness as your kuya, as your sir, no? I want to build awareness that number one, building a relationship, specifically a romantic relationship at your age, is normal. Let me repeat, that is normal. In other words, yung nararamdaman natin na feeling mo in love ka na, hindi ka na makakain kapag hindi na siya nagre-reply or something. So those are normal. Pero later I'll be discussing why. Ano bang meron sa specifically sa brain ng age ninyo on why parang sobrang importante at some point. Of course, not all. Not all. There are few naman na exempted. O hindi naman exempted. There are few na hindi pa ito or iba ang priority. Pero if you are one of the students and you think um, you need to be or you need to understand yourself. Isa ka sa mga estudyante and you need to understand yourself. If yung feeling mo ba is normal or not, allow me to, again, share with you my thoughts. So, unang-una, let us, um, let us define, ano ba yung responsibility? Ano ba yung pagiging responsable or being in a responsible or building a responsible relationship? Okay, number one. Number one point that I want you to know. Let me first define and possibly describe ano bang ibig sabihin kapag responsable ka. Okay. There are two things po that you need to understand. Number one, responsibility means you do not blame anyone. Ibig sabihin, sa lahat na nangyayari sa buhay mo, assuming you've entered a relationship or you are not ready yet in a relationship. So number one, you do not blame anyone. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na niligawan po niya kasi ako. And vice versa, by the way, if nagkakagulo na kayo sa relationship ninyo, hindi mo basta-basta pwedeng sisihin lang yung isang tao. Okay? So that's the first point. And later, I'll try to summarize. Being responsible means you do not blame anyone sa lahat na nangyayari sa buhay mo. And number two, you do not even blame yourself. So 2 points, no? Wala kang pwedeng sisihin, hindi mo rin pwedeng sisihin ang sarili mo. In other words, if you are into a relationship right now, pinili mo yan. Tama? Hindi mo puwedeng sabihin na, "Niligawan niya kasi ako, Sir Jack, eh," or "Na-inlove po kasi ako agad, Sir Jack." Or "Mag-isa lang po kasi ako sa buhay ko, Sir Jack, kaya po nag-decide ako na maghanap ng ka-partner." Or "Ang gwapo niya kasi, Sir Jack, eh." So, either things are doing well sa relationship ninyo or things are not doing well in your relationship. Number one, you need to understand, being responsible means you do not blame anyone and you do not even blame yourself. So, "Sir Jack, anong gagawin ko? Eh, hindi na kami okay or hindi ko nga maintindihan, sir, ang sarili ko, bakit ako pumasok in this relationship." So, ang importante at the end of the day is what actions are you planning to do, 'no? If the relationship is not working, anong gagawin mo? If the relationship is working at some point sa inyong dalawa, pero hindi naman gusto ng parents at some point kasi bata ka pa, what actions you need to take, 'di ba? Kung tinatago niyo ang relationship ninyo dahil feeling niyo hindi pa okay sa lahat, what actions are you planning to do? Kumbaga, okay, let me give an example. I'm a married man. I'm a happily married. I'm happily married. And just so you know, marriage is not for everyone. Let me repeat, married life or being married is not for everyone. Why? Kasi it takes a lot of responsibility. Hindi puwedeng kapag hindi mo na gusto yung partner mo, eh, ibabalik mo siya sa parents niya or sasabihan mo siyang, "Magbago ka para sa akin." You know, that's the one thing I want you to understand about relationship or about being responsible. When you are responsible, aside from not blaming 'no, and aside from prioritizing ano yung action na gagawin mo sa bawat nangyayari sa buhay mo. Ang I guess this is the reality 'no, you cannot even demand responsibility from anyone. In other words, ang pagiging responsable is a grace that you give to yourself. Let me expound on that. So I did mention that I am a married man. I'm happily married, I guess. At mukha namang masaya din naman yung wife ko. So, hindi ko siya puwedeng sabihan na, "Magbago ka naman para sa akin," or, "Bakit nung mag-boyfriend, girlfriend pa tayo, sweet ka naman, ngayon hindi ka na." I cannot even demand her na, "Bago ka matulog, can you say I love you naman sa akin?" No, 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 no. Mamaya malalaman natin that being being responsible or having this responsibility in managing a relationship, you need to understand na mahirap pong baguhin, ang tao, specifically if this is about personality or something stable na nangyayari sa kanya. So hindi mo again, you cannot demand someone na magbago para sa atin. It is a grace that you give to yourself. In other words, ako, I'm being responsible as a husband, as a partner, hindi naman dahil may in-expect akong pabalik or dahil gusto ko siyang magbago para sa akin. I'm doing this kasi it is a grace. It is for me. It is for my development. I'm trying my best to become a very good partner at some point. Why? Kasi that is my responsibility and that responsibility is a grace. It's a blessing. So that's the first point I want you guys to take or to remember. Being responsible means number one, you don't blame anyone. You don't even blame yourself. So anong gagawin ko, Sir Jack? You need to take action. Paloob lahat. And remember, nabanggit ko 'to kanina, we cannot even demand someone to be responsible. So hindi mo puwedeng you cannot demand someone to be responsible and more so, ang maganda sa responsibility kapag pinractice mo siya is it is a grace that you give to yourself, not to anyone else. Yun ang maganda sa responsibility. Kasi nga, in a relationship, hindi po siya walk in the park. There are days, there are moments that you think na parang, ito ba yung taong sinagot ko? Ito ba yung taong niligawan ko? Or sa akin from my end, ito ba yung taong pinakasalan ko? Darating ang araw na maiisip mo yon. Can you blame someone? No. Can you blame yourself? Not even. No? Ang importante, kapag, like ako, kapag naisip kong, ito ba yung pinakasalan ko? So, ang next kong gagawin nun is, what action? Ano yung action ko after realizing that or asking that question? So, since I am committed, it is a commitment na binigay ko sa asawa ko, sa Diyos. So, kahit na may araw na hindi siya kamahal-mahal, at some point, mamahalin ko pa rin siya. I'll choose to love my wife because I am a responsible husband. I am a responsible partner. Okay, now, para medyo lumalim tayo ng konti. I hope I made at some point, no, it requires more reflections, no, or more muni time para magets natin yung sinasabi kong description ng pagiging responsable. Because again, hindi siya ganun kadali. And it is applicable not just in forming a relationship. It's also applicable in you as being a student. Di natin basta-basta pwedeng sisihin lang yung eskwelahan or sisihin yung teacher natin or sisihin yung kaklase natin. Hindi mo rin pwedeng sisihin ang sarili mo. It's basically about taking action. Kapag meron kang nalaman, meron kang hindi maintindihan, meron kang na-realize, and etc. Now, allow me now to share with you some myths or facts about love. Para medyo ma-debunk naman natin yung mga paniniwala natin about love. So, myth number one, ito ng love is enough to make a relationship work. No? Ang love daw is enough to make a relationship work. It's a myth. Why? Ito kasing fact dyan. While love is a crucial component po ng isang relationship, it also requires a lot of things. For example, communication, trust, respect, effort from both partners. In other words, love alone, remember that, cannot sustain a relationship through challenges. No? Sabi ko nga, aabot kayo sa point at one point in time, you might realize or you might think, ito ba yung taong pinakasalan ko? May araw na parang hindi mo siya mahal, and that is normal. That is normal. That's a fact. Ang myth is, basta mahal natin ang isa't isa, okay tayo. Love alone cannot make a relationship work. That's one. Another myth about love. Ang sabi, you should always feel happy in a relationship. It's a myth. Nabanggit ko na kanina. In a relationship, guys, it is normal to experience ups and downs. It's normal. I think, masasabi pa natin, hindi normal kapag hindi kayo nag-aaway. Healthy relationships involves navigating conflicts and challenges. Hindi po siya, again, walk in the park. A lot of times, a lot of days, pwede mo nating maisip na ang hirap na hindi ko na kaya. Kaya nga you need to be responsible. What will you do kapag naisip mo na yung bagay na yan? Okay? So, again, second myth is you should always feel happy in a relationship. It's a myth. The fact is, again, it is normal to experience ups and downs. Which later, i-share ko rin sa inyo. Ano ba yung mga ups and downs in a relationship? Meron. Ano ba ang benefit at my age, no, sa age po ninyo, I mean, ang benefit ng let's say for example, pagka-form ng relationship at ano yung mga disadvantages or I guess downs. Am I ready to commit, no? Parang ganun. Number 3 myth. Love means never having to say you are sorry. Alam nyo, ang mga relationship po, tumatagal yung mga yan. Lalo na, no, kapag merong isa or both of you, actually, no, both of you know how to apologize, how to say sorry, kasi it is essential in a healthy relationship. No? Acknowledging that you are wrong and doing something, no? Acting on it. Hindi ka pwedeng biktima lang ng storya lagi. Again, we're talking about being responsible. So being responsible means saying sorry kapag ikaw ang kamali. Again, you're not blaming yourself. Ha? The point is, since you've recognized, you've realized that you did something, taking action is what? Edi say sorry. Be humble, be humble. Next, myth number 4. True love daw is instantly recognizable. Parang agad ko mararamdaman na mahal ko na siya. Na parang gano'n ang myth number 4. Well, while some people, guys, may feel an immediate, mabilisan, connection to someone, ang love po often develops over time through shared experiences, understanding, emotional intimacy. Actually, it's a process rather than a sudden realization. Kaya, I'm not sure if nakuwento na sa inyo ng mga lolo or lola ninyo, before talaga is importante yung panliligaw. Until now naman, I guess it's important. Pero take note, guys, kapag may nanliligaw sa inyo, hindi naman lahat, maka-capture mo about this person. Kaya nga importante, ito 'no, as a responsible student, it is also important that you know who you are, what are your non-negotiables, sobrang importante po nun, and, what are your values. Kasi yun ang mga dapat mong makita kapag may nanliligaw sa'yo. Again, hindi mo lahat maka-capture during courting period or courtship period. Kasi habang tumatagal, it is a lifelong discovery, rediscovery, hindi lang po ng sarili mo, even ng partner mo. Kaya, ang isang secret po sa isang relationship is hindi naman fully getting to know yung partner, it is actually getting to know who you are, appreciating who you are, understanding who you are, accepting who you are, parang gano'n 'no? And then kasi dun nagsisimula lahat, and then dun pa lang dapat papasok yung understanding them, appreciating them, trusting them, kasi it all starts within. All starts within. Okay, number 5, myth number 5, opposite attract. Opposites attract. Well, while some differences po can add an excitement to relationship, different kayo. Pwede naman, pwede naman. Pero research suggests, this is based on research, that couples, that partners with similar values, interests, and lifestyle normally have a more successful and satisfying relationship. Kaya minsan sinasabi, I think it's just an excuse, excuse na lang yun, 'no? Na, "Ay, hindi kami pareho kaya nag-match kami," or opposite attracts. Hindi po. Kaya nga again, importante yung legal time. That's you being responsible. And ikaw naman niligaw, it's also important that you share who you really are. Share your authentic self. Hindi puwedeng dahil nanliligaw ka or nagpapaligaw ka is pinapakita mo lang yung maganda. Actually, hindi. Because again, going back to myth number 5, opposites attract. It's a myth. It's a myth. Why? Kasi again, research tells us yung mga taong parehong values. Kaya 'di ba nabanggit ko kanina, I did mention po that it all starts by knowing who you are. What are your values? What are your non-negotiables? Who you are. Kapag na-build mo yon, that's the best time na mahanap mo possibly, or kung hindi mo mahanap, i-search natin kung sino yung tamang tao na magja-jive or well, magwo-work kayo together towards your similarities. When it comes to differences, siguro respect lang ang puwedeng gawin. Pero take note guys, again, you cannot just ask someone to change dahil mahal ka niya. No, it will not. Possible, pero it requires a lot of effort. It's painful. And, I cannot promise na puwede siya magbago. Baka gano'n naman talaga siya, pero based on science, psychologically speaking, mahirap po talaga magbago. Another myth, number 6, love conquers all. Minsan sinasabi natin, me and you against the world, kakayanin natin 'yan. No, no, the fact is, love is powerful, but it doesn't solve all problems. Tandaan niyo po 'yun. Example ako, I'm a married man, puwede ko bang sabihin sa wife ko na, "Mahal kita, mahal kita." Mahal naman natin ang isa't isa, pero hindi ko sila pinapakain, 'di ba? Lalo na kapag nag-asawa na, well, hindi naman 'to agad-agad sa inyo. Aabot sa point that you will be talking about financial problem, difficulties. So, hindi naman puwedeng sabihin ko sa wife ko na, "Sige, mahal kita, akong bahala. This love can solve our financial problem." Hindi po siya gano'n, hindi siya gano'n. Okay. Next, myth number 7, ah, jealousy is a sign of love. 'Di ba meron tayong gano'n na, "Uy, nagseselos siya, mahal niya na siguro ako." Actually po, if you will be checking about jealousy on a deeper level, on a psychological level, the fact is jealousy often stems from insecurity and can lead to controlling behaviors. Kaya nga 'di ba nauso yung mga sad boy personality, 'di ba? So since nanggagaling yan, rooted yon from being insecure, which in general is an unhealthy in a relationship. Hindi po healthy yon na merong isa o dalawa or sa inyo na laging nagseselos. So trust and open communication are healthier indicators of love. Trust and open communication. Yun po ang mga indicators of healthy love, not jealous. Baka iniisip natin, "Uy, Sir Jack, Kuya Jack, nagseselos po siya, eh, ibig sabihin mahal niya na ako." Ah, myth number 8, you can change your partner. Kaya daw baguhin yung partner. Now, marami akong kwento about this, eh, pero the fact is, if myth po yung you can change your partner, the fact is, while people can grow and change, alam naman natin yan, expecting a change, no? To change fundamental aspects of someone's personality or behavior is a bit unrealistic. Sa subject nga namin na advanced theories of personality, sabi ng professor ko, I remember, pwede naman baguhin ng tao yung personality niya. Pero, sabi niya, after a week or 2 or month, mangangawit din siya at babalik siya kung sino siya. Kung susubukan man niya magbago, tandaan mo it requires a lot of effort and you don't want that. Mahirap po, mahirap, mahirap. So, um, so it's important to accept your partner as they are or reconsider the relationship. Anong ibig sabihin ng reconsider? If you think if ang gusto mo na lang is magbago siya para sa'yo, have you might need to double think about the relationship. Baka we need to stop it muna or think, well, tawag dun, pag-isipan pa ng mas malalim. Myth number 9, love is a feeling. 9, love is a feeling. Well, the fact is, love encompasses feelings, but it is also a choice and a commitment. Hindi lang po siya base sa kung anong nararamdaman mo, yung feelings mo, no, no, no. It is based on a choice and a commitment, and that is you being responsible. It involves actions, decisions, and behaviors that demonstrates care, support for your partner. So, hindi po siya basta-basta love lang as shared a while ago. Hindi lang siya basta feeling. Kasi kung feeling na ang magiging basis natin in entering or in continuing a relationship, kung feeling lang, eventually magbabago po 'yan at mate-test yung feeling na 'yan. Kasi at the end of the day, being into a relationship or deciding to be in a relationship, it is a choice. It is a commitment. It is you being responsible. Okay. Number 10, ito po, long distance relationships daw can't work. Ay, meron ganyang myth. It's a myth. Why? While long distance relationships can be challenging, many couples po successfully maintain them through strong communication, trust, and commitment. Hindi po nag-work ang mga long distance if someone is insecure, if someone is checking you from time to time, where are you, diba? Kasi again, trust and open communication are healthier indicators of love. So if you are into a long distance relationship and then gusto mo from time to time, nasan siya, sino kasama niya, no? And lahat na lang pinagseselosan, etc. Well, unhealthy yon. Pero if you have this strong communication, trust and commitment, that relationship will still work. Again, it is still a choice and a commitment. Okay? So let me summarize po yung mga myths about love. I hope you're getting at least yung mga ilang points. Number 1, love is enough to make a relationship work. It's a myth. Number 2, you should always feel happy in a relationship. It's a myth. Not all the time. Number 3, love means never having to say you are sorry. So it's being humble, it's being it's apologizing kapag nalaman mong may pagkakamali ka. Myth number 4, true love is instantly recognizable. You know, it requires time. It requires time for you to get to know yourself. And even, well, yun ang start and then get to know other people. Myth number 5, opposites attract. Iba pa rin kapag pareho kayo ng values, pareho po kayo ng interest, ng lifestyle, iba pa rin yan. Those are, based on research, mas strong yung mga ganun. Love conquers all. Hindi po. Hindi po lahat ng problema sa mundo love ang kasagutan. Okay? There are things that you need to talk about. Jealousy is a sign of love. Yun po ang pang-7th na myth na na-discuss natin or na-share ko po sa inyo. And number 8, you can change your partner. You cannot actually. It's possible pero it's difficult. Hindi lang sa'yo kundi para sa partner. Myth number 9, love is a feeling. And myth number 10, long distance relationships can't work. They work. They can. But it requires a lot of, again, communication, trust, and commitment. Okay, are you doing well? Okay, now, I'd like you to understand, during your age, yung age na yan, grade 11 and 12, right? Ang brain po kasi ng mga adolescents or kayo na lang, specifically the teenagers, uh, physiologically or biologically, yung brain nyo at that age is a bit immature. No? You need to accept that fact. Medyo magiging weak po yung part of your brain na responsible sa emotion. Kaya parang feeling mo, kaya kung wala kang time to reflect, time to make muni-muni about what's happening, and binibase mo lang sa feelings lagi mga bagay-bagay, you might fall into a trap. Kasi nga, yung brain nyo at that age is a bit immature. Kaya nga, in psychology, we normally describe teenagers as egocentric. And that is based on research. Hindi namin yon hinulaan. Hindi rin namin yon baga, mm, mm, well, hindi namin hinulaan kasi it's based on science that teenagers' brain is immature. They are highly egocentric. Feeling ninyo, I mean, lahat ng mga nararamdaman nyo are special and unique, diba? And feeling ninyo, na dumaan din naman ako dyan, feeling natin na ninyo pala specifically that everyone is looking at you, diba? So, hindi po siya ganun. So, number one, you need to understand that. You need to be aware of that. Na, bakit ko sinasabing immature ang brain? Bakit ko binigyan ng emphasis yon? Kasi, it requires now, uh, you, I'll be requiring you actually, to reflect. If my brain is immature based on the discussion of subject, is being in a relationship is something talagang para sa akin o hindi ko pinag-isipan? Or entering kaya a relationship is something for me or not? Or am I ready to enter a relationship? Na hindi lang based sa feelings, hindi lang based sa itsura ng kapartner ko or what. Because again, nabanggit na yung mga myths kanina and facts. You need to decide, no? Kumbaga, yes, the brain is immature at that age, but since you are aware now, what will you do next? And that is being responsible. Now, allow me to share with you or to run down lang po, no? Naglista kasi ako dito ng mga ups and downs, no, in adolescent romantic relationships. Hindi, again, being in a relationship is not a walk in the park. Hindi po siya everyday honeymoon period, especially for us married couples. Hindi siya. So number one, so what are the ups or the positive aspects of being in a relationship specifically for adolescents? If na-capture mo yung mga myths and facts a while ago, and hindi na-conquer, you are now aware and you are more responsible. Number one up is it can make you grow emotionally. Okay? You can learn to navigate your feelings of love, attraction, and even heartbreak. So, emotional growth is number one. Number two, social skills development. Kasi you get to mingle with your partner or kung sino man ang ka-relationship mo. So, it provides an opportunity to develop important social skills such as communication, conflict resolution, and empathy. Empathy, no? Intindihan mo ba siya? So, yung mga yan are, for me, they are essential for future relationships. Number three, identity exploration. Through romantic relationship, guys, adolescents explore their identities, values, and preferences. Okay? They learn more about what they want in their partner. Okay? Ano ba yung relationship na gusto nila? Or at some point, it's also a realization na entering pala a relationship is not for me. So, at least, na-identify mo na-explore mo na who you are. Number four, being in a relationship is, paano ba? Will give you a support system. You know, in the science of happiness, and which is one of my favorite topics in psychology. In the science of happiness, hindi mo naman kailangan ng maraming kaibigan para sumaya. All you need is one person who will understand you, and more so, who can listen to you both your positive and negative experiences. So, importante po yan yung social support na yun or yung support system. Second to the last na, I guess, from my end, ups or positive aspect of being in a relationship is increased confidence. Okay? Kasi po, being in a positive relationship or romantic relationship can boost someone's self-esteem and confidence. Kasi syempre, at your age, you feel valued and appreciated by others. And that feeling can increase one's confidence. Number 6 and last sa mga apps natin is Learning intimacy. Adolescents begin to understand and practice intimacy at your age, which can enhance your ability to form a deeper connections in future relationship. But again, let me give you some disclaimer. Learning intimacy requires a lot of responsibility. Hindi lang po siya based sa feelings. Again, you need to settle down. You need to think about your values, who you are, your authentic self before you entering a relationship. Now, Sir Jack, kung may mga apps or positive aspects ang isang relationship, ano naman po yung mga negative aspects niya or downs? Meron din. Remember, as I shared a while ago, um, your brain at that age is a bit immature. Kumbaga, nade-develop pa rin siya. Kaya you might be deciding on something na hindi makakatulong sa'yo as a person. So, number one, if you are into an unhealthy relationship, ibig sabihin, nakabase lang sa feelings ng relationship mo, there is no trust, there is no commitment, there's no even open communication. Ano pa ang negative aspect? Number one, emotional turmoil. Okay? Kasi you might experience an intense emotion na pwedeng mag-lead po into mood swings, emotional distress, and then hindi rin po okay sa mental health natin yung mga breakups, jealousy, and insecurity. Ibig sabihin, if they will not be handled well, they might impact significantly yung mental health ninyo. So, emotional turmoil. Number two, peer pressure. Okay? Romantic relationships po can sometimes lead to peer pressure regarding, for example, sexual activity, substance use, or even risky behaviors. Kaya nga, remember, again, you need to be responsible. Hindi siya based on feeling. Hindi siya based on feeling. Huh? Hindi pwedeng sabihin sa'yo ng partner mo na, oh, kung mahal mo nga ako, sige nga, gawin nga natin to. Hindi siya pwedeng gano'n. Because that's not the basis of love. Sole basis of love. Hindi. So, peer pressure is one. Now, Sir Jack, paano po kung na-involve na ako sa mga gano'ng activities? Again, remember, we want you to be responsible. So, what will you do next? Will you blame your partner or will you blame yourself? The answer is no. The next is, what actions ang kailangan mong gawin? Kung nasa gantong relationship ka na ngayon or kung mali na yung ginagawa ninyo as a partner. So, what will you do next? Another negative aspect which is connected to emotional turmoil is conflict and drama. Many adolescent relationships are marked by conflict and drama, which can be stressful and distracting. Especially if you are studying pa. Pwede pong makasama yan sa pag-aaral mo. Kaya again, as a responsible person, you need to sit down, to reflect. Ano ba talaga? Saan ba ako papunta? Sinasabi po sa mga pag-aaral, and ito ano lang po ito. Yung generation nowadays, especially your generation, you lack purpose. Yun ang nawawala po sa inyo. Well, I'm not saying all, no? Pero majority, I guess, hindi na alam ng generation ninyo kung ano yung purpose nyo in life. Why? Because you are highly distracted. Wala na kayong time to think, to stop and think, to reflect. Kaya nga po I intended to make this recording a bit, ano ba, baga I want it to be reflective ba ang term? I want you guys to reflect after this, yung mga na-capture ninyo, no? And then from your reflection, you being responsible, yung mga naging insights mo sa reflection, what will you do next? What will you do next? Okay? Mukhang patapos na yung kape ko, pero sige, konti na lang. So aside from conflict and drama, it might also be a distraction from your responsibilities. No? Remember, at your age, the priority is academic and another priority is family. Okay? Friendships. Marami pa akong kakilala at your age, iniwan ng mga kaibigan, kaaway yung mga parents, even yung church responsibilities nila naiwan because of a relationship. So, that's not the case. Remember po, at the end of the day, ang first ministry niyo should be your family. And that's non-negotiable. So if your partner, if you are into a relationship or if you're planning to enter a relationship at feeling mo madi-distract ka lang sa mga responsibilities na 'to, so better not to enter yet or better to reconsider, tama bang nasa relationship ako? Okay? Next po, second to the last, negative. There might be, dependency issues, in counseling po or in existential counseling, ang tawag naman diyan is existential dependence. Since may kulang sa akin at nakita ko siya at feeling ko siya yung kukumpleto sa'kin, so naging dependent ako sa kanya. Now, it should not be. Kaya nga po bottom line if you want to have a healthy relationship, focus within, work inside. Work inside. Okay? Diyan ka magsimula. Kahit anong libro pa ang basahin ninyo at anong wisdom pa ang hanapin ninyo, isa lang ang sinasabi nila, you want to have a healthy relationship, you work internally. And lastly po, na down or negative aspect ng pagpasok sa isang relationship at that age is risk of abuse. Marami po, dahil mali ang kanilang pananaw about love, they think that kahit sinasaktan sila ng partner nila, pinapahiya, is okay lang. Should not be. Again, it boils down on who you are and what are your values and what are your non-negotiable. Sir Jack, kanina ko pa naririnig sa'yo yung mga non-negotiables na yan. Kapag sinabi non-negotiable po, especially in entering a relationship, ito yung mga items or listahan mo na kapag nangyari sila, dapat wala ng usapan kasi non-negotiable eh. For example, if your non-negotiable is, oh, you cannot kiss me hanggat hindi tayo nagtrabaho or nagpakasal. Kiss. Bigla ka niyang kinis. Dapat wala ng usapan. Reconsider or stop. Now, you need to know what are your non-negotiables. That's you being responsible. That is you being responsible. Okay? Now, so I did mention po about yung brain kanina ng sige. Now, a bit okay. To continue, meron po akong isang favorite na theory lang 'no, it's a theory of love by Robert Sternberg. Ang tawag niya triangular theory of love. Ang sinasabi po ng theory na 'to, ito naman ay naging ano ko rin, naging, um, basis ko in entering a relationship. So tatlo po ang sinasabi ni Robert Sternberg para mag-work ang isang relationship. So it's a triangle, so love requires intimacy, passion, and commitment. Intimacy, passion, and commitment. Ano pong ibig sabihin nun? Intimacy means emotional closeness and connectedness. No? Kung nagkakaintindihan po kayo emotionally, it's as if you are highly connected. No? Na hindi wala ka pang sinasabi, gets niya na. You're sharing the same vision, sharing the same values. Okay, it's intimacy. Number two, passion. This requires physical attraction and sexual desire. Okay? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean the act in itself. Pero yung holding hands, yeah, that's part of it. Embrace or hugs, it's part of it. Passion. Pero The next, well, yung bubuo po ng triangle is commitment. Ito naman, the decision to maintain a long-term relationship. Decision. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Assuming your relationship is, ano po, nagkagustuhan kayo because of physical attraction and possibly sexual desire. Paano pag nawala na yon? Yung ibang relationship, trust me, mawawala na rin. Kaya nga sinasabi po ni Robert Sternberg sa kanyang teorya, it requires the three: intimacy, passion, and commitment. So, in other words, even, wala po yung nawawala at some point yung physical attraction, since you are committed, so stick ka pa rin sa relationship. So, again, going back, hindi lang po siya based sa kung ano yung nararamdaman mo. It requires a lot of mindfulness, if I may use that word. Ibig sabihin, you know what you are doing, you know where you at, and you know where are you going there. So, it all starts from within. At again, hindi laging masaya ang nasa isang relationship. Kaya it requires a lot of commitment and responsibility. Now, to end po our discussion, or well, my sharing pala, sorry. Hmm, what to do, Sir Jack, if when love hurts? Ano pong gagawin? So again, remember, if you want to be a responsible partner or person, I mean, person at partner, you don't blame anyone. You don't even blame yourself. You need to focus. Anong gagawin mo? Anong gagawin? Number one, you need to acknowledge your feelings. That's number one. Normal na nakakaramdam ka ng ganyan. And recognizing those feelings is the first step toward healing. So, una yun. Number two, you need to talk about it. No? Share your feelings with trusted friends or family members. Ngayon, ang problema, paano sir pag tinatago namin ang relationship namin? Yun po ang malaking problema. Kasi kapag tinatago nyo, ibig sabihin, you started your relationship wrong. That's not being responsible. So, talk about it. No? Share with your family members. Iba pa rin kapag may suporta ang family. No? Sobrang iba yon, sobrang iba yun. If it requires you to seek a professional help, let's say, for example, visit a guidance counselor, go, go, go. By all means, go. Baka makatulong din po sa inyo. Or I'm sure makakatulong po sa inyo. You need to practice self-care. If you'll notice po, yung mga binabanggit ko, puro paloob sila, puro within. Kasi it all starts within talaga. And then set boundaries. If the relationship is causing too much pain na, or significant pain sa'yo, baka you need to set boundaries or take a break. Go back to your core, which is your family. Go back to your. And then, of course, you need to reflect on the relationship. Ito po yung, I guess, assignment ko sa inyo. Kailangan marami kang time to reflect. Hindi time alone. Ha? Importante yung mga me time natin, especially at your age. Why? Kasi diyan mo nakikilala ang sarili mo. And remember, at some point, being lost or that feeling of lost is a place. It's a sacred place. So, namnamin mo lang yung pakiramdam na yan. Kasi in your silence, dun mo marirealize lahat ng bagay. The question is, what will you do next? Okay. And lastly po, you need to focus on personal growth. Part of it is, of course, you need to look for, or you need to surround yourself with good people. Okay? So, what more? Okay, so allow me now to end my session by siguro summarizing na lang at some point or sharing with you my last insights. And I'm about to finish my coffee na. So, Originally, gusto ko sanang i-title 'to na Maybe This Time. Kasi yun ang uso ngayon. Pero come to think of this, and this is my final reflection po. Responsible relationship, maybe this time. I guess based on what we've discussed about being responsible, about the myths and facts about relationship, adolescent relationship. After knowing the ups and downs of being in a relationship at that age, upon hearing the idea, the fact, I mean, that your brain at that age is a bit immature. Upon hearing the triangular scale of love or triangular theory of love by Robert Sternberg, intimacy, passion, and commitment. Siguro hindi appropriate yung title na Maybe This Time. Uh, I guess in forming or in for you to have or for you to be a responsible person and to form a responsible relationship, maybe this time is not the perfect theme. Should be his time. Yung time niya. What do I mean? Yung mga sinasabi kong time niyo to reflect, that's also your time to talk to our Creator. Diba? Connect with Him and ask Him, I'm feeling all these emotions, Lord. I'm not sure kung saan po ako ililid ng mga to. Talk to me, O Lord. And not my time, but your time. His time. And trust me, His time is so perfect. Basta marunong lang tayong makinig. So with that, I thank you for listening. I hope I can see you around somewhere someday. And I'm praying for you all. I guess dun natin tatapusin. Not our time, not your time, but His time. Trust me, I've been there. And His time is so perfect. So perfect. Na lahat na napag-usapan natin ngayon will be manageable and not just you, no? Kasama mo siya eh. Working on that relationship. So again, maraming salamat for having me. I thank you so much again for having me. Ingat po kayo. God bless everyone and see you soon. Hey, thank you po. Uy, coffee.